This is a recording of the directions for the Road to Freedom final project for freshman seminar. First and foremost, Road to Freedom is about the importance of photos to document and remember our history. In particular, for freshman seminar, we are going to look at the importance of photos in equality struggles. And this project was inspired by a book called Road to Freedom. It was a book of a collection of photographs from the civil rights movements. And you'll see that it really isn't a book about the famous people that we all know, the Martin Luther Kings, the Rosa Parks, but instead it documents the regular, everyday people just like you and me who took part in the equality struggle, and they are just as important to remember. And so in the book that this project was based off of, it focuses on the ordinary people, and you see here, there's a quote from the book. We were just ordinary people with an extraordinary vision. Imbued with the discipline and philosophy of nonviolence, we were convinced that we could produce an all-inclusive world society based on simple justice that values the dignity and worth of every human being. And so, for this project, we're going to focus on pictures of everyday people, not famous people, not famous pictures, but pictures that really take an effort to look at and remember. And we're going to help out by highlighting these photos at Santa Monica High School through this project. Now, you don't have to limit yourself to the civil rights movement or racial struggles, racial equality struggle, though you may choose a photograph from the civil rights movement. You can choose really something that you're interested in. Again, it could be civil rights. Maybe you're interested in gay rights or women's rights. Suffrage is the vote, so when women got the vote in 1920. Religious rights, so religious freedoms. Educational equality. Children's rights, like those that we witnessed at the Human Rights Watch exhibit. Immigration issues. And healthcare accessibility, meaning healthcare for all. When we go to the library, we're going to sign up for the different pictures. It's going to be first come, first serve. Up to 3 students per class can have the same topic. Like 3 students in each class can find a picture on women's rights, voting for women, Native American equality, Americans with Disabilities Act, etc. But they may not have the same picture. Let's see. Now, here are the steps. So first is we're going to look at reliable and authentic photographs. Reliable meaning they're not altered, and authentic meaning they're real. That illustrate the experience of those who struggled for equality during your chosen equality battle. So this is what we're going to do in the library together. We're going to use the ProQuest databases. I also have links on the handout to different websites, including the Library of Congress, and they're actually down here. Library of Congress, Eugenics Movement Archive, Mendes versus Westminster, which was the education equality struggle in Southern California. We also have Be the Change, which is a link off of the Facing History website. Now, after you choose your picture that you're going to defend why we should remember it, think about how that picture relates to the eugenics movement, how this breeding the best with the best, only the good genes should continue on, the bad genes should not be allowed to continue, kind of thing. In addition to the race science that it fostered. Think about how that photograph that you chose connects to the eugenics movement. Now, when you choose that photograph, it must be an image that you think is important for people to see. It also should be a photograph that has a lot of information about it, like when it was taken, where it was taken, who's in the picture, why they were there in the first place. So get as much information about that picture as you can. You may also need to do additional research to find what happened at that particular time. The next step is to reflect. Reflect on how that moment in history is captured in the photograph and how it represents a bigger picture. I gave here the example, even one person can make a difference, for example, or if we work together, we can get something done. Think about again why the photo is important to see, what we can learn from it. Now here's the big stuff. Share in an essay your understanding of the history within the photograph, so the details and the movement that it represents, the equality struggle. 2, write about the relationship between the photograph and to the eugenics movement, any particular part of the eugenics movement, whether it be the race science, the breeding the best with the best, the prejudice, the bias that influence policy in the United States because of the eugenics movement. And 3, its personal meaning to you and to society as a whole. Again, this whole project is about why this photograph, the one that you chose, is important to see and to learn from. For AVID, you will have to do an essay and an annotated bibliography as well as a presentation. I'll talk about the presentation later. Your essay must demonstrate your understanding of the relationship between the memory that's in this photograph and the eugenics movement, and you also must relay its personal meaning to you and its importance to society as a whole. Of course, your essay must be typed. Your essay must be no more than 500 words in length, so about 5 paragraphs long. You will also include a separate annotated bibliography that's not included in the 500-word limit. You must use at least 3 reliable sources, and 3 different kinds of sources if possible. One of your sources will be your photograph. So you're going to have to look for at least 2 more sources to use in your research. It can be additional sources about the equality struggle that the picture represents. It can be additional sources about the eugenics movement. It's really up to you, but you'll have to use at least 2 more sources. And you can find those on the ProQuest database, I'm sure. We all want to see the picture that inspired your essay, so please also include the picture inside your essay when you submit it. These are links that I mentioned earlier. Again, the ProQuest database that's available through our Samuel High Library website. Here's the username and the password. There's also, you can find your picture there. You can find additional journal articles, websites, videos, a lot of things at this database, the ProQuest database. This is actually plural. You can also visit the Library of Congress pages. There's a great eugenics archive website that you can visit. Mendez versus Westminster is dedicated to the court case that desegregated schools in California. Brown versus Board is the Supreme Court case which desegregated schools nationwide in the United States. Ellis Island, this documents immigration and immigration policy. I mentioned to one of my classes, I didn't have time to mention to, I think, 3rd period, but eugenics principles were applied to immigration as well. If you think about it, immigration policies decide who can come in the country and who can't. And so, of course, eugenicists wanted to make sure the people that they thought had the good genes came in, and they tried to block people with bad genes from getting in, so to keep them out. They did health screenings. They also did intelligence testing. But it turns out the intelligence tests that they used were biased, kind of in the same way that Samuel Morton's experiments were biased as well. Here we have civil rights and suffrage or women's votes pictures, facing history and ourselves. This year, 2014-2015, you must decide your picture by the end of the period on Wednesday, November 26th. Your first draft and peer edit will be due Monday, December 8th. The final draft will be due Wednesday, December 10th. Presentations will begin on Thursday, December 11th, and go all the way through the finals week. This is just a reminder that the goal of this research project is to learn something new and share it with others. Therefore, your topic and your photo may not be a famous person or a famous photo. Please, please, please avoid it. We really want to look at ordinary people like you and me who made a difference in our world. This is the rubric, the scoring guide. You want to try to achieve the exceptional column. So for content, which is 2 times the weight, so it's actually worth 50 points, make sure you address the prompt. Make sure you connect Road to Freedom, the historical event, with your own personal experience and the eugenics movement. You elaborate on themes, meaning you found a whole theme, like everyone can make a difference, or if we can work together, we can make a difference, kind of a theme. Also, no details about the movement and the picture as well. This category, historical accuracy or evidence, is your annotated bibliography or annotated works cited lists. Again, you must have 3 sources. 1 will be your photograph. You have to use 2 more. You have to cite it correctly in MLA format and include an annotation, a paragraph explaining what the source is, how reliable it is, and how you used information from that source for your research. Style and conventions, this is how well you wrote and how well you edited your work. Your information should be organized, presented in an original and interesting manner. Again, 5-paragraph essay should work. Very little to no spelling and grammar mistakes, please. Again, we will have a peer edit opportunity on December 8th. Here are just some reminders about what you should remember or ask yourself as you progress in this research project. Know what is it a photo of? Who's in it? When was it taken? Why is this photo important to you? Why should society know more about this photo? Where was it taken? And how does the photo connect to the eugenics movement? So in addition to the essay and the bibliography, we have a presentation you will present in front of the class. This will begin Thursday, December 11th. And it'll be a 3 to 4 minute speech that includes the details about the picture and the equality struggle that it represents, why you chose this equality struggle and what made you choose this picture. Is there a personal connection to the history, for example? Essential details about your research process. Where did you find your picture? Where did you find your information? Was it difficult to find things? Was it easy? Tell us why. Number 4, explain in detail how you think this equality struggle relates to the eugenics movement. And pick the best part of your essay and read it to us. Okay, you're going to be graded using this rubric. It's out of 30 points. For content, make sure you hit all the criteria and you do it well. Organization, if you stay to this outline here, you should be fine. So stay focused on what you need to do. Make sure you have clear transitions and appropriate transitions. Don't waste time. Don't waste time. And delivery, are you rehearsed? Do you speak fluently? Are you connecting with the audience? Are you using gestures, visual aids? That will be your picture for sure. Okay. Do you have appropriate volume and enunciation? You can look at notes, but please rehearse saying your presentation. Okay. On this page, I have a suggested outline. Again, this is only a suggestion. Please follow the MLA format that you can find in your binder reminder. It's the same one that I introduced to you at the beginning of the semester. I suggest for your hook, you can do something related to the importance of memory or to the importance of photographs. Find a quote, find a story, do a compare and contrast if you'd like. Don't use a question to engage the reader and the audience of your essay. Again, I think it would be most direct and simple for you to talk about the importance of memory, okay, and the importance of photographs. Your claim can be something like why your photograph should be looked at and learned from. Your body paragraphs, in the first body paragraph, tell us what you know about the equality struggle in your photograph. Again, give as much detail as you can about the who, what, why, when, and where, and how inside the photograph itself. Body paragraph number 2, describe the relationship between that equality struggle and the eugenics movement. There might be a direct correlation, or maybe they're similar in some way. Body paragraph 3, share how this photo and equality struggle are important to you personally and to society as a whole. Much like in your presentation, why did you choose this equality struggle? Do you have a similar experience? What lesson can we learn from this picture? And of course, end with a conclusion. Echo what you said in your introduction and end with comments that confirm your claim that your picture should be looked at and learned from. I will talk about the annotated bibliography in a separate lecture, so this is all for now. All right, good luck. Bye.